Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be doing a rematch with these decks that we played last week. Let's get right into the game. Hey, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back again playing Grolnok the Omnivore. Let's see how it goes this time around. I'm sure it'll be riveting.
Hey, I'm David, I'm back. I'm playing Torbran again, time to burn people.
Good morning, everyone. It's Jackson, back again playing Sidar Kondo and Tymna the Weaver. In honor of Papa Nurgle and this grand old cold and flu season, hopefully I'll be able to infect everyone at the table and win some games.
Howdy guys, it's Nate back again today playing Preston the Vanisher. It's not just a rabbit I'll be pulling out of this magician's hat, it's hopefully a victory.
It's game 2, let's roll. I got an 8.
9.
5.
6. Okay, David will go first again. I'll just go last again. It's all good. No worries, everybody.
It's the curse of the new people.
At least I can do one thing right.
He's not bitter at all, guys.
I'm gonna mull.
I'm gonna keep this.
Mine's good enough.
This hand's fine. I'll keep.
I can keep the second. I will draw, I'll play a mountain, and I will pass.
I will draw. I will shock in an overgrown tomb. Burst blood.
Doing my job for me.
Then for a black, play Bilious Skull Dweller, aka Billy Skulls. 1/1 with Death Touch and Toxic 1. Pastor.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play this plains, and play a ring of fetch me their souls. Go ahead.
I'll draw for turn. Play a Rejuvenating Springs for turn. I'll come in untapped because I have 2 more opponents. I'm going to pay 1 mana for a Birds of Paradise. Taps for mana. Go ahead.
Draw, play mountain, I will tap 2 for an electrostatic field. 0/4 defender. When I cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'll pass.
Everybody loves Billy Skull.
No, not really.
I love Billy Skulls.
There you go.
Undergrowth Stadium for turn. Enters the battlefield untapped because I have 2 or more opponents. I will pay 2 for a Talisman of Resilience.
You're missing a color there, bud.
Don't worry about it. I definitely thought that was a different talisman when I started.
I go.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn it.
Sorry, brother. I'm swinging one at you.
Yeah.
Then I will pass turn.
I would like to play this plains. I don't need fancy non-basics. And I'll pay 4 for a Preston the Vanisher. When another non-token ETB is under my control, if it wasn't cast, I create a copy of it that's a 0/1 illusion. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to untap and draw. I'm going to go ahead and play an Exotic Orchard for turn. Pay 1 blue for a Mystic Jamuraa. Whenever an opponent plays a non-creature spell, unless they pay 4, I will draw a card. 2 mana for a Pawn Prophet. So 1/1 frog. When it comes into play, I draw a card. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play a mountain for turn. I will tap 2 for a Firebrand Archer. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And I will pass.
I will play a Karn's Bastion for turn.
Nice.
Then I will pay Talisman of Hierarchy.
Are you going to pay 4?
No, you go ahead, draw your stupid card.
Cool.
And I will play this Welcoming Vampire. 2/3 flyer. Whenever 1 or more creatures with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under my control, I draw a card. Only triggers once each turn. I'll pass turn.
Draw. I'm gonna play a plains. Pay 3. I'm gonna cast an Inspiring Overseer. It's a 2/1 flyer that when it enters, I gain a life and draw a card. Jason, I'm gonna swing a 2/5 at you.
Sure.
Haha. Good.
Upkeep, I'm going to let Mystic Jamuraa die, and I'll draw. Play Tide Channel Pathway, test for blue. I'll pay a 4 for my commander.
Moving into combat. Grolnok is going to the farm. How would you like some life to make up for the fact that I hit you?
Okay. I guess I'll pass then.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play an Urza's Saga. I will tap everything to play my commander, Torbran. I would like to move to combat. 2/2 at Nate.
I will declare Inspiring Overseer as a blocker. When I pay 1, I am going to Cloud Shift Inspiring Overseer. Exile target creature I control, then return it to the battlefield under my control. It's blocked, I don't take damage. It's going to enter. Since Inspiring Overseer entered and it wasn't cast, I make an illusion copy of it. Heal 2, draw 2.
Second man, I have nothing. I'm going to pass turn.
I'm going to cast Phyresis Outbreak.
Ugh.
Each opponent gets a poison counter. Then each creature your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn for each poison counter its controller has.
Oh, shit.
You're killing my Inspiring Overseer and my Inspiring Overseer.
Firebrand Archer dies.
Birds of Paradise is dead. Pawn Prophet is dead.
Tap Talisman of Hierarchy for a white, dealing 1 to me. I will play Skrelv, Welcoming Vampire with trigger. I will draw a card. Nate, take 1.
Yep.
Then I will pass turn.
Draw. So how would you like a land instead of Skrelv?
I wouldn't very much appreciate it, but I'll take it. A plains.
And I got nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna tap and draw. I'll play an Alchemist Refuge for turn. Pay 4 Birthing Pod. I can pay a Phyrexian green and 1 and tap it to sack a creature. Search my deck for a creature that costs 1 more. Put it into play. Go ahead.
Untap, draw. Trigger is a Saga, goes up to 2. I will play land for turn. I'm going to tap 5 for a Brash Taunter. Whenever Brash Taunter is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. But with Torbran, it'll be that much plus 2. And I can pay red and 2, tap him. Brash Taunter fights another target creature. Move to combat. 4 at Jason.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
I will play my commander, Sidar Kondo. Welcoming Vampire will trigger. I draw a card. Land for turn is a swamp. Jason, let's spread a little bit of love. Hit you with a 1/1 with Toxic 1.
Okay.
Post combat for a Sword of Truth and Justice.
Disgusting.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Then I will pass turn.
At your end step, I'm going to flash in a Felia Exuberant Shepherd. When it attacks, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under my control, I put a counter on Felia. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'm going to play a Plains for turn. How would you like to point some damage at Jackson?
Sure.
I'm gonna swing 2 on swing. We're gonna bounce my Soul Ring until end step.
I will block with Brash Taunter. I will deal it to Jackson, and it will deal 2 more because of Torbran, so 4 total.
I will go to my end step and return this Soul Ring. Hey, it entered under my control. Felia gets bigger. Go ahead.
I'm gonna untap and draw. Play a Gemstone Cavern. 2 colorless for a Simic Signet. Pay 1 into the Signet to make a green and a blue. Use the green for a Spore Frog. Use the blue for a Hedron Crab. Spore Frog is a 1/1 frog. I can sacrifice Spore Frog to prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. And Hedron Crab, landfall whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control. Target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Trigger Urza's Saga. I will float a colorless. And go and get my Soul Ring. And I'm going to cast Molten Psyche. Trigger Electrostatic Field. Each opponent will take 1 damage plus 2, so they'll each take 3. Move to combat. I'm going to swing Torbran at Jackson.
I'll take 4.
And I will pass turn.
Upkeep and draw. I will play this Lush Portico for turn. Surveil 1. I'll keep that right there. Necrogen Rot Priest. Trigger Welcoming Vampire. Draw a card. 2/3. Glistening Sphere. It will enter tapped. When it enters the battlefield, I will proliferate. Each of you will get a poison counter. I can tap for 1 mana of any color, and if someone has 3 or more poison counters, I can add 3 mana of any 1 color. Move to combat. I will continue to spread the love. David, 1/1, Toxic 1. Unless you have something with flying or reach, you can't block it.
Nope, I will take 1.
You will get 2, in fact, because of Rot Priest. Pass turn.
Play land for turn. How would you like to point some more damage at Jackson?
I would love to.
But I'm just a little guy.
I'm going to swing a 3/3 on swing. Preston doesn't exist until the end step.
I will declare Brash Taunter as a blocker, and then I have effects before damage.
Ooh.
Cast Arc Bond, targeting Brash Taunter. Choose target creature. Whenever that creature is dealt damage this turn, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player.
Okay.
I could sack my frog to prevent all combat damage. In order to save my Hedron Crab, I will sacrifice Spore Frog to prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. So Felia will not hit Brash Taunter.
Yep.
Instant that triggered that. You guys take 3, I should say.
Oh, we
So
still
should-
take damage, yeah.
Main 2. I'm going to pay 6. I'm going to play the Eternal Wanderer. No more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each turn. Down tick the Eternal Wanderer to 1. For each player, choose a creature they control, then they sack the creatures not chosen this way. Felia, Hedron, you can keep the Electrostatic Field, and you can keep the Welcoming Vampire. And then I'm going to go to my end step. Preston the Vanisher is going to come back from Felia. Hey, it entered on my side. Felia gets a counter. Go ahead.
I will untap and draw. Play Soul Ring. I'll have 7 mana. 6 of it will go into Grolnok. 1 of it, I'll pay 2 life. Go into Birthing Pod. Kill Hedron Crab. I'll grab a 2-drop. I'm going to get it Spellskite. I can pay 1 blue Phyrexian mana to change the target of a spell or ability to Spellskite. I'll pass turn.
I'll untap. I will draw. I will play a mountain, play a Tectonic Giant, Whenever it attacks or becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, choose one. I can have it deal 3 damage to each opponent, or I can exile the top 2 cards of my library and choose one of them until the end of my next turn I may play that card. Tap for 2 and play Eidolon of the Great Revel. Whenever a player casts a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, it deals 2 damage to them, and I will pass turn.
Upkeep and draw. I'm going to play this Underground Mortuary for turn to surveil 1. I'm going to surveil away this Mirrex. 3 for my other commander, Tymna the Weaver. 2/2 with lifelink at the beginning of my post-combat main phase. I may pay X life for X the number of opponents that were dealt combat damage this turn. If I do, I draw X cards.
2 damage.
Yes, I take 2 damage off of Eidolon. I'm going to equip Sword of Truth and Justice to Welcoming Vampire. +2/+2, protection from white and blue. Whenever an equipped creature deals damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature I control, then proliferate. Tap Karn's Bastion to proliferate. Each of you will get a poison counter. I will swing 4 at Nate.
Yep.
I will put a counter on Welcoming Vampire. I will then proliferate. Each of you will get a poison counter, and then I will put an additional +1/+1 counter on Welcoming Vampire. Beginning of post-combat main phase. I will pay 1 life because I hit 1 opponent, and I will draw a card. And then I will pass turn.
Draw. I'm going to cast a Sun Titan, a 6/6 with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, I may return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. Here is this Inspiring Overseer. Gain a life, draw a card. Hey, this entered and it wasn't cast. I'm gonna make another Inspiring Overseer. So I'm in total healing 2, drawing 2, and then go to combat. Belia is going to attack. I'm gonna choose to bounce this Soul Ring. I'm gonna swing a 4/4 at you, Jax.
I'll block with Tymna. I will gain 2 life because Tymna has lifelink.
Main 2, I'm going to uptick the Eternal Wanderer, choosing to bounce the Inspiring Overseer. My end step, Soul Ring comes back, Inspiring Overseer comes back. Hey, it wasn't cast. I'm going to make another Inspiring Overseer. I'm going to heal 2 and draw 2. And when my Soul Ring comes back, since it's mine, Felia gets bigger. Pass turn.
I'm going to untap these cards and draw a new card. I'm going to go to combat. Jackson, 3/3 will be coming your way.
I will have to take that 3.
Before damage, I'll trigger my commander to mill 3 cards. These will get croak counters. 2 lands and Narset Parter Veils. Breeding Pool per turn, take 2 life. I'm going to use green or an Elvish Mystic.
Trigger Eidolon, take 2.
Sure. Blue 1 or Narset Parter Veils, take 2 more. And then I'm going to use the 1 floating and pay 2 life to activate Birthing Pod on Elvish Mystic. Grabbing a Phantasmal Image. This is going to come into play as a copy of Sun Titan. Smurfog might do something, so he'll come back into play, see what he can do. Then I will -2 Narset. I'm going to get Sensei's Divining Top. I'll pay 1 for Sensei's Divining Top. I'll lose 2 from Eidolon, and I will pass turn.
Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video.
Draw. I'm going to just tap 6 for Torbran. I would like to move to combat. Maybe I'll just swing with just the giant at him, but I'm going to exile the top 2.
So I take 5.
I'm going to choose Bolt Weave. I can play this until my next turn. Cast Bolt Weave, 3 damage to each opponent, +2, so 5 damage to each opponent. Trigger Electrostatic Field, 1 damage to each opponent, with Torbran is 3 damage. So you all will take 8. Trigger Eidolon, I will take 2. And I will pass turn.
Swamp for turn. I'm going to Invasion of Ikoria.
Who's defending Ikoria?
Jason. And Icor Rats. It's a 2/1 with Infect, and when it enters the battlefield, each player gets a poison counter.
Disgusting.
Narset's on the field, so I can't draw a card off of Welcoming Vampire. I think I'm going to have to pass turn here.
Ancient Tomb as my land for turn. Help with the burn.
Thank you.
I'm going to pay 4 for this Anointed Procession. If I would make a token, I make twice that many. Damn. I'm going to swing a 5/5 at you. On swing, Preston doesn't exist.
I will declare no blocks, so 5.
Yep. Main 2. I'm going to uptick the Eternal Wanderer, bouncing Sun Titan at end step. I'm going to pay 6, taking 2. I'm going to Austere Command, choosing all creatures with mana value 4 or greater and all artifacts.
I'm going to activate top. Okay. I'm going to activate top.
Yep.
Okay.
So hitting all mana value 4 or greater creatures and all artifacts. And then I'm going to my end step. Preston the Vanisher's coming back. Sun Titan's coming back. I am making some Sun Titans. I only have one target with the Sun Titan, and it's going to be a Soul Ring.
I'll untap. I will draw top. I will activate Narset. I'll take Vivian on the hunt. Play a Yavimaya Cradle of Growth. I'll pass.
Untap and draw. Mountain. I'm going to play Inferno Titan. When Inferno Titan enters, I will put all 3 damage at the Planeswalker Nate controls.
That's unfortunate.
I will pass turn after that.
I'm gonna pay 4 and tap Karn's Bastion. Everyone will get a poison counter.
Ooh, 9.
Yep, so he has to die this turn.
I'll cast a Ghostly Prison. I will take 2 from Eidolon. Pass turn.
Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Cast a Welcoming Vampire. Combat. The 2/6/6s at you, David, and the 2/1 flyer at Narset. Thalia swing, we're bouncing Welcoming Vampire.
I'm going to pay 4 mana to Otawara this back to your hand.
Yep.
I think I'll just declare no blocks here.
I will hit you for 12. Take 2. Activate Nykthos to add white to equal to my devotion to white, which is 5. Cast a Conjurer's Closet. At the beginning of my end step, exile target creature I control, then return it to the battlefield under my control. End step, Welcoming Vampire is going to come back. I'm going to get some more Welcoming Vampires. I would draw some cards, but Narset exists. And then Conjurer's Closet, hit the Sun Titan, and make some more Sun Titans, and not have anything to do with those extra Sun Titans. Go ahead.
I will untap and draw. Pay 6 for Vivian on the hunt, and I'm going to +1 her. I mill 5 cards and put all the creatures milled this way into my hand. Hitting 0 creature.
Oh my god. Set you up for next turn, man. You'll get there.
Yeah, next turn. Go ahead.
Well, the only thing I got, I'll tap for 6. I'll play Chandra, Flames Catalyst. Yeah, I will move to combat. Inferno Titan and the Eidolon both at Nate. Deal the 3 on attack trigger from Inferno Titan to your face, Nate. And then you have a 6/6 and a 2/2.
The 2/2 gets eaten by the 6/6.
Okay.
And that 6/6 gets blocked by an Inspiring Overseer illusion.
Then I will plus up the Chandra, dealing 3 damage to each opponent, which will take out the guy that has us at 9 infect. But
Yeah, that's for the best.
and then I will pass turn.
End step. I'm going to pay 2 mana. I'm going to sacrifice 5 illusions. I'm going to exile target non-land permanent. I'm going to exile Narset. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Play this Plains for turn. Add 6. Use 3. Have 3 floating. Cast Inspiring Overseer. Enters. I gain a life and draw a card. I draw a card from Welcoming Vampire. I draw a card from Welcoming Vampire. I draw a card from Welcoming Vampire. Use 3. Cast a Far Traveler. Commander creatures I control have, at the beginning of my end step, exile up to 1 target tapped creature I control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Go to combat. A 7 at you, Jason, a 6 at you, David, and a 2 in the air at you, David. On swing, Thalia is going to bounce the Inspiring Overseer.
Yeah, I'll have to sacrifice Spore Frog.
Okay.
Prevent all combat damage.
Main 2. Let's put a target that's already on my back even more on my back. I'm going to cast Approach of the Second Sun. I'm going to gain 7 life. Approach of the Second Sun, 7th from the top. End step. Inspiring Overseer comes back. I'll make 2 of them. Conjurer's Closet, hit the Sun Titan, and then Far Traveler is going to bounce the Welcoming Vampire, getting 2 more Welcoming Vampires. Enters. I'll draw, discarding Plains, a Plains, a Plains, and a Prismatic Vista. You're Jason, you're up.
I'm going to untap and draw. I'm going to pay 2 for Poliwag Prodigy. It's a 1/3 frog wizard. It has Evolve. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell with mana value less than its power, I draw a card. I'm going to uptake Vivian 2 to sacrifice Poliwag Prodigy and grab a 3-drop from my deck. Just going to get Eternal Witness into play. I will get back something with Eternal Witness. I'm going to grab Hedron Crab. We got to work a little to get my land for turn, but we're going to try. We're going to play Sensei's Divining Top.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay a mana into that to look at my top 3. I'm going to activate. I'm going to play Pendle Haven. Nate, mill 3.
Yeah. Millen, Approach of the Second Sun, Recruiter of the Guard, and Lauren of the Third Path.
We have an Oko. I will +1 turn Velia into an Oak. Okay, that's it. Go
Yikes.
ahead.
Untap, draw. We're gonna -3. I'm gonna target Molten Psyche in my graveyard so I can cast it this turn. 1, 2, 3. Cast Molten Psyche, trigger Electrostatic. Each opponent takes 1. We shuffle our hands in and draw that many. I have 2.
I have 7.
I have 1.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to cast Fiery Gambit. Trigger Electrostatic Field, 1 damage each opponent. I'm going to choose Odds is the one I want to get. So Odds
Is the win roll.
is the win roll. So Odds.
Yeah.
Winner.
Sticking with Odds. Oh,
Loser.
All right. All right.
I'm going to pass turn.
I'm gonna pay 1 at your end step. I'm gonna Enlighten Tutor. I'm gonna grab an Intangible Virtue and put it on top. Draw. Cast a Spirited Companion. When it enters, I draw a card. So I'm gonna draw 1, 6 cards. Cast an Intangible Virtue. My creature tokens get +1/+1 and Vigilance. Combat 6 in the air at you, Jason. 4 in the air at you, David. A 6/6 and a 9/9 at you as well, David. These have Vigilance.
Declare blocks on the 2 biggest things. I'll have the Inferno in front of the Sun and the Electrostatic in front of the 9/9.
Okay.
I'm not going to declare any blocks.
Both my creatures die and Sun type dies.
Yep. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Go to my end step. Conjurer's Closet. We're going to hit the Welcoming Vampire. It's going to enter. I'm going to get 2 more Welcoming Vampires and draw 3 cards. Far Traveler. We're going to hit the Inspiring Overseer. I'm going to gain 3 life. Draw 3 cards. Discarding a Mind Stone, a Skull Clamp, a Toskia's Welcome, a Split Skin Doll, a Roving Harper, a Karmic Guide, a Savine's Reclamation, and a Priest of Ancient Lore.
We'll draw. I'm going to Chandra and target Fiery Gambit.
Let's go gambling.
I'm going to pay 3 to cast it. It'll exile.
On cast a Fiery Gambit.
Yep.
I'm going to pay 3, taking 2 from Ancient Tomb. I'm going to Teferi's Protection. I don't exist.
Okay. Well, then I'll just roll 3 dice at once here. And I'm going to say that all need to be odds. Nope.
Nope.
And you got it. Yeah, I'll pass turn.
Draw. Go to combat, and we will swing the gang at you.
No blocks.
And Nate is able to win again, bouncing shit around and just being an overall nuisance. Great job, Nate, and hope y'all enjoyed that. See you around. Thanks, patrons, especially Jacob M, Paul K, Jared R, Thaddeus R, KGCB, Mad Hatter Mage CJ, and Jared N. And thank you to the rest of our patrons as well.